what do you think the current challenges are? I mean, there's a huge opportunity, obviously, but we're still not seeing 10, 20 projects hitting NTP and in construction. What are the current challenges for CCS at the moment?
Right. Yeah, I think back to a couple of points. I think continued technology development. Clearly, great technologies. We've been moving forward over the last several years, but really deployment needs to happen to really de-risk them and get them to the cost point that we need. Infrastructure is a continued need. As we are able to put together commercial projects and areas, the next step is you need to be able to move CO2. Unfortunately, the use case doesn't always sit right next to the capture case. And so, support and, us being able to put the timing together to finance projects and transporter pipelines, I think it is important. And then, finally, success. I think we have to demonstrate that commercial projects can be delivered on time, on budget, and really de-risk the financing case for this. And I'm sure you have some great views around that yourself. But I really view this as a snowball effect that we need to work together. And this is where partnerships. It's not really a competition. What we're trying to do with carbon capture, utilization, and storage needs to come together to create that success case and really enable the snowball of financing. So, maybe be interested in your views too, Chris. I mean, what challenges do you see?
Yeah, and I think it's obviously hard to talk about it in CCS as a sort of single opportunity because it encompasses so many different things. In some ways, I think there's projects we're working on together at the moment which really make a lot of sense. The economics are strong. Point source capture projects with good partners, proven technology, robust government support through the 45Q, and even in some cases access to other incentives like the low carbon fuel incentives. And those projects are ones which, if they're structured well, and always in a new sector, structures have to be a little bit conservative to get people across the line on a sort of first of its kind deal. But if they're well structured, I definitely think there's a lot of capital out there. But it is important that the first projects get structured well, and as you say, you demonstrate success. And after that, the second, the third project, you bring in more banks, more investors. The banks that weren't involved in the first project say, why didn't we do that one? That looks like a good project, and you build up that, I guess, knowledge in the financial services industry that helps you do future projects. So for those projects with the more proven technology and the robust economics, I guess they're quite straightforward. I think there's also a whole range of projects, and I think direct air capture is one where it's about getting that first commercial installation done at scale, and getting the right group of partners together to make that happen. The opportunity is obviously huge, but it's much harder to be the first person that deploys a relatively sort of a new, maybe not a completely new technology, but a new application of an existing technology at scale. And that takes a different sort of subset of investors. But I think, as you've explained, the sort of, I guess, direct air capture is just game changing for so many sectors, where if you can suck CO2 out of the air in a way that's sort of cost efficient at scale, then that's hugely important. For the airline industry, for example, becoming carbon neutral anytime soon. So, I think there is a range of opportunities. There are some opportunities which look very much like infrastructure and renewables and have similar support mechanisms, and there are some opportunities which are a little bit earlier stage. And then there's, I guess, all the exciting opportunities which are probably more industrial plays around what to do with this CO2 and maybe producing products or plastics and all that kind of thing. And a combination of industrial players and the oil and gas industry are going to be really well placed to take advantage of that. But yeah, for now, I think the focus should be on getting those first deals done, demonstrating success, and I guess building up the excitement in the industry and amongst investors to see CCS as a $700 billion investment opportunity and a whole new sector, rather than a difficult first deal that's going to be harder to do than a wind deal or a solar deal.